What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Stats with Evan, and I'm back from vacation, and I'm here to preview this week's 4-game series between my Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's get it poppin'. So coming into this week, the Nationals are 67-56, the Pirates are 51-72. Washington is second in the NL East, Pittsburgh is fifth in the NL Central. The Nats currently have the first wildcard spot in the National League. The Buccos do not have a playoff spot. There are 16 games separating these two in the wildcard race. The Nationals are 10-12 against the NL Central. The Pirates are 8-14 against the NL East. In their last series this last weekend, the Nationals won 2 out of 3 against the Brewers. The Pirates lost 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. So here's what you need to know about the two teams going into this week. This is the last of 2 head-to-head series between the Nationals and the Pirates. Pittsburgh leads the season series 2-1, and the Pirates are outscoring the Nationals in the series by a count of 12-9. The Nationals are in their third of 4 straight series against the NL Central. They won both their previous series against the Reds and the Brewers, and they're 5-1 in this span. And they're going up against the Pirates team to beat them 2 out of 3 at Nats Park from April 12th through the 14th. Fun thing to note, the next time a DC team goes to Pittsburgh after this series, of course, I'll be in the building. March 7th, the Capitals go there to take on the Penguins. Currently saving up for that trip right now as we speak. It's gonna be sweet. And now let's talk starters. On Monday, the Nationals are sending out Joe Ross. Ross is 3-3 with a .591 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 3, and he took the win as the Nationals beat the Reds 3-1. The Pirates are countering with Trevor Williams. Williams is 5-5 with a .525 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 5, struck out 2, and he took the dub as the Pirates won 10-7 in Anaheim. That's the Angels, by the way. On Tuesday, the Nationals are sending out Stephen Strasburg. Strasburg is 15-5 with a .382 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 4, and he took the win as the Nationals beat the Reds 17-7. The Pirates are countering with Chris Archer. Archer is 3-9 with a .523 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 10, but he took the L as the Pirates lost 7-4 in Anaheim. On Wednesday, the Nationals are sending out Patrick Corbin. Corbin is 9-5 with a .334 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 1 run, walked 4, struck out 8, but he got a no decision as the Nationals beat the Brewers 2-1. The Pirates are countering with Joe Musgrove. Musgrove is 8-11 with a .459 ERA. In his last start, he went 7 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, walked nobody, struck out 9, and he got a no decision as the Pirates beat the Cubs 3-2. In the series finale on Thursday, the Nationals are returning their ace, back from a lengthy stay on the IL, the man, the myth, the legend, the dude on the back of this shirt, number 31, Max Scherzer. Scherzer is 9-5 with a .241 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 8, and he got a no decision as the Nationals lost to the Rockies 8-7 back on July 25th. The Pirates are countering with Steven Brault. Brault is 3-2 with a .406 ERA. In his last start, he went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 8, and he took the L as the Pirates lost to the Cubs 2-0. So here's how the Nationals can win this series. The Washington Nationals are coming off a dominant 5-1 homestand, and now they look to keep the ball rolling as they head to Pittsburgh for a showdown with the Pirates. All signs seem to indicate that Washington is getting hot again, particularly at the plate, as they slugged their way to 59 runs over a 6-game homestand. That's just shy of 10 runs per game, by the way, against the Reds and Brewers. As I look at the Pirates' probable starters for this week, I'm noticing one thing they all have in common. They all have an ERA above 4, which would indicate they're all hittable. The Nats are only sending out one pitcher with a season ERA above 4, but he's 3-0 in his last 3 games and has only allowed 1 run in that span. Overall, Washington can win this series by keeping the bats hot, along with some good starts by the Big Three to sink Pittsburgh into the Allegheny. So that was how the Nationals can win this series, but now let's look at how the Pirates can win it. When I talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates, there's a couple ways to go about this. The Pirates are a league worst 7-27 since the All-Star break, but they have the perfect opportunity to play spoiler this week. This has all the makings of a trap series for the Nationals. They just got done winning a pivotal series against the Brewers, and after this they have another pivotal series in Chicago. So Pittsburgh is kind of just that team in between. Add on to that, Washington has scored in the double digits 2 games in a row, which may leave the bats fatigued. Add all this together, and Pittsburgh can win this series by taking advantage of any mishaps from a possibly distracted Washington ball club to leave the Nationals shipwrecked as they head to Wrigley. So here's my thoughts on the series. This should be a fun series to watch. The Pirates always play the Nationals tough, especially in Pittsburgh. Add on to this, the Buccos have already won 2 out of 3 against the Nats in DC, although many Nationals fans can argue that this was before they got good, and many Pirates fans can justify that by saying it was before the All-Star break. But for this series in particular, these two teams are headed in entirely different directions. The Nationals are 23 games over 500 since May 24th, sparking a turnaround that has jolted them into the front of the wildcard race and on the fringe of the NL East contention. And the Pirates are 20 games under 500 since the All-Star break, plummeting them into a race for the #1 pick in next summer's draft, right up there with Miami, Kansas City, Baltimore, and Detroit. While the Pirates can easily catch the Nationals slipping if their minds wander off to Chicago, it's still easier to see the Nationals winning this series, so I'll say the Nats take 3 out of 4. So what y'all think? Who's taking this series? Is it the Nationals or the Pirates? Or are they going to split because, you know, it is a 4-game series? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, I'm Stats with Evan, and I hope you have a 100% day. See y'all later.